I want you to picture a household. Let's call them the Johnsons, two working professionals, combined income $160,000 a year. By every traditional metric, they've made it solidly upper middle class. Now walk inside their life. They check their bank account with a knot in their stomach before buying groceries. They're lying awake at 2 a.m., running mental math on whether they can afford new tires this month, praying the check engine light stays off. They're exactly one unexpected $1,000 expense away from disaster. How does a household earning $160,000 a year feel like it's drowning? Because we are in the middle of a silent, brutal financial class war. The economy is splitting into a barbell shape. On one end, the ultra-wealthy who own the systems. On the other, a rapidly expanding lower class. And the middle? The middle is getting absolutely crushed. Today, we're going to break down the brutal math behind why the old American dream is quietly bankrupting you. Then I'm going to show you exactly where the trillions of dollars are actually flowing right now, into the hands of AI winners and defense winners. And most importantly, I'm giving you the exact three-step protocol to make sure you end up on the right side of this divide. Let's get into it. Act 1. The brutal math of the squeezed middle. Let's start with the math, because feelings lie, but math doesn't. Society tells you that a $160,000 household should buy a $500,000 home. Let's reverse engineer that. The gross income sounds impressive until the IRS shows up. After federal income tax, state income tax, FICA, that's Social Security and Medicare, and a basic 401k contribution, their actual take-home pay lands at roughly $9,500 a month. That's it. Now they buy that $500,000 house. If they somehow scrape together a 10% down payment, $50,000, they're carrying a $450,000 loan. At a 7% interest rate, their principal and interest payment alone runs approximately $2,994 a month. Then you add property taxes, homeowners insurance, which is skyrocketing across most markets, routine maintenance, and private mortgage insurance, or PMI, which they owe for the crime of not putting 20% down. Their total monthly housing cost, somewhere between $4,300 and $4,400. That leaves $5,100 for everything else. Subtract 2 car payments, insurance, gas, $600 in student loans, groceries, and utilities. We haven't even touched childcare, medical copays, or the basic human need to occasionally leave the house and have a life. The result? This household is spending close to half of their take-home pay on housing alone. They are hostages in their own home, working non-stop to pay for walls they're too stressed and exhausted to enjoy. And here's the insidious part. The system is designed this way. The bank, the mortgage broker, and the real estate agent all get paid when you stretch yourself to the absolute limit, to buy into the middle class. This isn't a personal failure. It's a structural trap. According to the National Association of Home Builders, nearly 75% of U.S. households cannot afford a median-priced new home at current rates. Since 2019, the income required to buy a single-family home has doubled. The middle class isn't a destination anymore. It's a treadmill. Act 2. The Barbell Economy. Where the money is actually going. If the middle class is bleeding cash, where is all that money actually going? Right now, we are at the beginning of what will become the largest transfer of wealth in recorded human history. Wealth management firm Cerulli Associates estimates that approximately $124 trillion will change hands globally by 2048. But this is not simply baby boomers handing savings down to their kids. This capital is being aggressively reallocated by institutional investors, sovereign wealth funds, and high-net-worth individuals who are completely abandoning the old playbook. The money is flooding into 2 sectors that are practically guaranteed to dominate the next decade: artificial intelligence infrastructure and global defense. Look at what's happening right now. The four largest tech hyperscalers, Alphabet, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon, are collectively expected to invest nearly $700 billion into AI infrastructure in 2026 alone. That's a 60% jump from already record 2025 levels. NVIDIA, the company supplying the picks and shovels in this AI gold rush, is projected to report a 68% revenue increase in its most recent quarter. Global investment in AI infrastructure is now projected to hit $2 trillion in 2026. This is not hype. This is capital reallocation on a scale that rewrites economic hierarchies. And running parallel to the AI build-out, we're seeing massive macro allocations into defense and cybersecurity. As geopolitical tensions escalate across multiple theaters, governments aren't budgeting for roads and schools. They are preparing for conflict. Defense contractors and cybersecurity firms are posting record-breaking profit margins. Here's the bottom line. The AI winners and the defense winners are hoarding the capital. The average middle-class worker's salary, meanwhile, is being entirely consumed by inflation, housing costs, and a mortgage rate they were told to be grateful for. You are playing a linear game in an exponential world. You cannot budget your way out of a structural affordability crisis. Skipping the avocado toast will not save you when the entire system is split in two. You have to decide, right now, which side of the barbell you're going to stand on. Act 3, the survival protocol. So how do you actually survive this? If I woke up today with zero assets staring down this massive structural shift, here is the exact 3-step protocol I would follow. Step 1. Aggressive skill reallocation. We're constantly told to start a side hustle, drive for Uber, deliver groceries, stop. That is low-friction, linear income. And low friction is just another way of saying low barrier to entry, which means low pay by definition. If the money is flowing into AI and technology, you follow the money. You need a skill audit. Ask yourself one question. What is the single high-leverage skill that makes me undeniable? Maybe it's data analysis. Maybe it's technical coding. Maybe it's implementing AI systems for legacy businesses that have no idea where to start. Whatever it is, I dedicate one focused hour per day to mastering it. The same hour you're currently spending scrolling, a genuine specialist skill can add $20,000 to $30,000 to your base salary. Compounded over a career that is worth infinitely more than any side gig you'll run on a weekend. Generalists get replaced. Specialists get recruited. Step 2, the boring portfolio strategy. With capital flooding into AI, the temptation to pick individual stocks will be everywhere. Every app, every newsletter, every influencer will promise you AI-driven alpha. Don't fall for it. Finding the needle in the haystack is nearly impossible. So don't find the needle. Buy the haystack. Put 90% of your investable cash into low-cost, broad market index funds. By doing that, you automatically own the AI winners and the defense contractors as they rise to the top of the S&P 500. You don't need to guess which company survives. You own all of them. The math says to be average, because average, disciplined returns in the stock market make you genuinely wealthy over time. Keep high-risk speculation to a hard cap of 10%. Money you can psychologically afford to lose. Step 3. Build your walkaway power. This is the most underrated weapon available to you in a class war, and almost no one is talking about it. Before you invest heavily in anything, build a cash fortress. Not a standard 3-month emergency fund. I'm talking about 1 to 2 full years of living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account, completely liquid. Most financial advisors will tell you holding cash is a losing move because inflation is eroding it. They're wrong about the purpose of this cash. This isn't defense, it's offense. When you have a full year of expenses in liquid cash, you are no longer a hostage. When markets drop 30% and everyone around you is panic selling at a loss, you are not forced to do a single thing. When your employer becomes toxic, you can walk away. When a distressed asset, real estate, a business, a stock, goes on sale for 50 cents on the dollar, you are the one shopping while everyone else is paralyzed. Other people's lack of liquidity creates your opportunity. Cash is freedom. The closing, redefining enough. Here's the truth no one wants to say out loud at a dinner party. Real wealth is not equity you can't touch because you're trapped servicing a massive mortgage. Real wealth is optionality, the freedom to make choices based on what you actually want, rather than what your monthly debt payments allow. The people who survive this new financial order are not the ones earning $160,000 and spending $155,000 to project success. They're the ones earning $80,000, spending $45,000 with intention, and aggressively deploying the difference into the very systems reshaping the economy around them. They define enough before they start earning. They understand that a functional car doesn't need to be upgraded just because a shinier one exists. They recognize that every possession you own takes a real slice of your mental bandwidth and a real slice of your future financial freedom. You have a choice. Keep playing the game by rules written in 1985, stretching yourself thin for a $500,000 house, swiping credit cards, hoping the system eventually starts caring about you, or look at the math. Accept that the system has already split and consciously step out of the trap. I want to hear from you. Look at your local housing market. Look at your current income. Are you feeling the squeeze of this barbell economy? Drop your situation in the comments. I read every one because that's the only way I know what this actually looks like on the ground. If this breakdown shifted how you see your money today, hit subscribe. My goal is simple: give you the highest return on investment for the time you spend on this channel. Thanks for watching. Protect your cash, upgrade your skills, and I'll see you in the next one.